and I have no idea what just happened. I've just spent the last 10 minutes yakking to absolutely nobody with no live feed, no recording, and it keeps ending my video. So I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, I apologize. I tried to be on time, so this is noon. This is Lunch with Linda, and welcome to my Facebook Live. I'm thrown all off my game now, but here we go. So, in this Facebook Live, I wanted to talk about activities. So, the question I have for you is the only exercise you're getting walking back and forth to the fridge? Or are you maybe scrolling endlessly through Facebook and then suddenly find out that hours have gone by? We need to stay home, stay safe, and while we're doing that, we also need to stay active. So before I get into that though, I want to give a huge virtual hug and a big, big shout out to all those essential workers that are out there that are putting themselves at risk just so that we can stay safe at home, so that we have the essentials that we need between food and pharmacies and whatever it is that we need to keep us going and keep us safe at home. They're providing for us. So from the nurses to the truck drivers to the store staff, everybody that's an essential worker, I am so grateful to you, and I want to give you a big, huge thank you. And I'm sure we're all thankful for you and what you do. So much appreciated. Okay. So the three activities that I want to get into today are first the physical, then the mental, and then even a little bit of financial activity. All right. And of course, physical, we'll do that number one. Physical is obvious. We sit at the computer, we sit watching TV, maybe we stretch out on the couch. We're doing that a whole lot more right now. And so we're not getting the exercise that we used to get. So what happens? Well, if you've been active a lot, you have built muscle mass. And as soon as you stop doing that, you lose that muscle mass. So while you may be hopping on the scales and saying, oh, I've lost a few pounds, it may not be actual weight. It may just be muscle mass. So we need to keep toned. We need to keep active. We need to keep our muscles moving, right? Because it helps speed up our metabolism. This is Facebook Live. I can't repeat those words. All right, here we go. So we need to move. Walk around the block. We are allowed to be outside. We are allowed to go through, at least here in Hamilton, Ontario, some of our parks are still open. And while the amenities are closed, and while the playground areas for the kids, all the equipment is all closed, you can still walk. You can walk through the park, keeping social distance, doing your own thing. You can walk, you can run, you can maybe ride your bike. Those are all activities that you can still do. I don't know what the weather's like where you are, but right now where I am, it's freezing. Okay, it tried to snow on me this morning, and sleet and hail, and freezing rain. I don't know what all that stuff was, but I still got out. I'm wearing my winter coat, but I still got out. Summer's coming. I promise you, summer's coming. And we want to kind of look half decent when we get there, right? There's also tons of YouTube videos on workouts, free. They're all free. They can do it 10-minute, 20-minute, work on your abs, work on your arms, work on whatever you want to work on, a whole thing. There's also tons of Facebook groups that are doing one. I actually am part of a fabulous one. I'm limited somewhat because my hand is still in recovery mode, but it's a 20-minute workout. She runs it 5 days a week. She does different part every day, and it's fabulous. So in the comments section, if you are interested in being connected to that private Facebook group, just put in the comments section workout, and I will make sure that I connect you to that group. So we can walk, ride, bike. We can, you don't even need equipment, right? You can use a broom handle. You can use 2 cans of peas or beans or tomatoes, whatever. You can use those for weights. There's all kinds of things that we can do inside our home to keep active physically. If you haven't done it already, You can also clean out your garage, clean out your basement, clean out the cupboards and the closets. And of course, that's two benefits. One, you get to be physically active, but the second, you get to do my favorite thing, which is declutter. So organize your stuff. All those things that you no longer use, no longer want, no longer like, are broken, maybe don't fit anymore. Take all those things, set them aside. If they're in great condition or in good condition, there's no rips, tears, stains, holes, set them aside so that they can all be donated when the donation places are once again accepting them. Please don't take them there now. They're not accepting them, and it just makes a huge mess outside of their facility. So put them off to the side, and as soon as we're not grounded anymore, then they can go there. The rest of it can all be recycled, reused, upscaled, whatever you want to do with toss, whatever you want to do with it. That's a great exercise. Okay, so great. Your house is done. You sit in your living room and maybe you don't like the color of your walls. Paint them. Rearrange your furniture. That's all physical activity. You get a nice fresh clean. It's spring clean time. So this is the perfect opportunity, even though you're inside, that you can spring clean the inside of your house. And it all contributes to being physically active. If you're fortunate enough to have a backyard and you can actually get out on your grass and your gardens, then there's a beautiful, wonderful activity, right? Yes, it's still cold here. I don't know what it's like other places. Maybe rainy wherever you are. But just find something physical to do that it's going to keep you active. It's going to be a huge benefit to your mental state as well as your physical state, which brings me to number 2, which is mental activities. And right now I'm seeing tons of people doing puzzles on and showing their fabulous completion. Some of them are amazing. Like, holy cow, I wouldn't even begin to try some of those puzzles that are out there. But that's mentally challenging. And anytime you mentally challenge your brain, you're being active. And it's a great benefit for you. All right. You can, what else can you do? You can learn something new. So maybe you've always been interested in, I have a couple friends interested in archaeology. And so there's now an opportunity, especially if you're in my age category, to get free tuition through some of the universities. So York University out of Toronto, if you are 60 or over, your tuition is free. Yes, you have to pay for your books and all the materials and supplies that are needed. And yes, the university is closed right now, but you can still apply. You can still get free tuition and you can take online courses. There's other courses out there. Some of them are free, some are just a little bit of money. You want to learn a new language. There's Duolingo. Duolingo is a fabulous app. It's free and there's all kinds of languages you can learn. It's very interactive. It's very repetitive so that it actually sticks. It's not just hearing it one time or reading it one time. It's a fabulous little app and program that helps you learn. I'm actually taking Spanish right now, so and my grandson's taking Chinese. Go figure. I don't know. But anyway, it's there. It's available and it's free. You do it at your own pace. You can do it as however you want. So if you want to just do it, a little bit or maybe medium, or if you want to be really aggressive and you really want to learn and you want to become fluent, you can set all that up. So that is totally, it even gives you a little reminder. So if you kind of forget a day or two, you'll get a little email that says, hello, it's time to practice your, whatever. So anyway, that's another way to keep your brain active. So learning a new skill. Maybe you can find an online art program you've always wanted to sketch, or photography, right? There's all kinds of things that we can do. Word puzzles and do all kinds of, I'm learning Scrabble. I'm really not good at it, but I'm learning how to play and I'm learning new words, right? So anything to keep your mind active. Maybe you can, start a hobby. Maybe there's something out there that will mentally challenge you to keep active that way. Okay? So that's 2. That's mentally active. And before I leave that one, talk to people. Oh my goodness, especially if you live alone or if you're really shut inside. there's so many opportunities, so many ways that you can connect with people. Obviously Facebook and Messenger and FaceTime. There's Skype, there's Zoom, there's the good old phone, hello. There's emails back and forth, and the physical, actually seeing. So if you can do it with video, it's so much. It's not the real thing, I get it. I miss my grandkids and I miss my family and I miss my friends, but second best, at least you're talking to somebody and you're doing it live, which if not for just the mental benefit, just for overall benefit and peace of mind, right? It helps you know that they're okay, and it helps them know that you're okay. So talk to people, reach out to people, join some Facebook groups that you have an interest in, right? And then connect with people that way. Just keep your mind active. Keep it off the bad stuff. Try and think about the good stuff. Go surf the internet and find your dream vacation and start planning it, because we are going to get out of this. It is going to end. We are going to get back out, and we are going to be able to maybe not carry on the old life, but we're certainly going to be able to carry on with our new lives. All right. And then the third one is financial. I'm only going to touch a little bit on this, but because it's such a touchy subject, there's so many people that have lost their jobs. There's so many businesses that have been forced to close, and our government, I'm not getting political. I don't want to go there, and I don't want comments down there about it, but they've stepped up to do what they can to try and help those that are in need. So financially, there's, if you haven't taken advantage of whatever some of those programs are, you need to look into them if you are having issues financially going through this period. That's all I'm going to say about that. Multiple streams of income. Man, in this day and age, you've got to have it. There's no guarantee of company pensions. There's no guarantee a company's going to stay afloat. Even the huge corporations, there's no guarantees. There's no guarantees for anything, but there's certainly no guarantees about a job. So looking into other sources of income, I think in this day and age, is a necessity. I think it's essential that you have a side hustle, no matter what it is. Write your book, sell your book. That's a source of income. Maybe talk to schools about a story that you have that can benefit the kids. That's a source of income. There's all kinds of different ways. There's home-based businesses all over the place. I personally belong to a home-based business. I also do some speaking, and I have some books that I've published. So I have multiple streams of income. If something goes, and I have old lady pension. So if something goes wonky with one of those, at least I have some backup. And maybe you can make money with your hobby. Maybe you're a photographer and you can sell your photos. Maybe you're a journalist and you can write. Maybe you're crafty and you can, I'm not sure what it's called, Etsy, that you can have an online store. You can create a website. You can create a website for free. Drop in a shopping cart and you can actually sell your stuff. There's ways to do this to earn other income. If you're stuck at home, if you're at home with children or grandchildren, get them involved. Get them maybe making crafts. Maybe get them to help you with your marketing and making ads, and just get the family together. Get anything that you can think of that you have a passion for, because if you don't have a passion for it, you're not going to stick with it. As soon as this is over and you're back to a job and you're making that regular paycheck, you may let your side hustle, your secondary business, your part-time thing slack off until the next time, right? So find something you're passionate about, that even when you do go back to work, even when you open up your business again, you still have that as a second source of income. Okay? The money that you're not spending right now. So maybe you used to go out once a week and spend $50 on a dinner, and now you can't do that. So what are you doing with the money? Probably spending some of it on groceries, I'm going to guess, but not all of it. So maybe now would be a really good time to reevaluate your budget and see where your money used to go, and see where it's not going anymore, and then see what you can do about continuing that once you get back out there. Yes, we're not driving our cars as much, and as soon as we get back out there, we're going to spend more money on gas and insurance and all the other stuff. I get that. But right now, things that you weren't essential. The money that you used to spend on entertainment and maybe shopping. Shopping hopefully has cut down somewhat, and that you're not hitting that add to cart, add to cart, add to cart button all the time. I'm actually going to be doing that very shortly. But anyway, that money can be saved. You can put it aside for short-term savings. So you take a trip when all this is over and you want to get together with your family. That money that you're saving, that you're not spending right now, can maybe go towards that, or maybe it can go towards paying down a debt or a bill or something that you've always wanted. Think about the money that you're spending and where you used to spend it, where you're spending it now, and which one was better. And maybe you can do a little of both. You can bring back a little bit and you can keep out a little bit, right? It's all, we have opportunities to change habits right now. Bad habits, you can change them. 30 days to change a habit, I've been told. So starting today, is there a habit maybe that you want to change day after day? And you need to, if you're going to change a habit, if you want to change a habit, you have to commit to it. You have to be consistent with it. And being consistent, if you're a procrastinator, is really hard to do, right? Especially now. Oh my goodness, I'm at home. I'm not out there running around and being busy all the time. So I can do that tomorrow. I'll do that later. I'll just set that aside. Procrastination, right? So if you want to try to change a habit, you really need to be honest with yourself and commit to being consistent with changing that. So maybe you want to learn a new language, right? So you're going to go on Duolingo and you're going to learn a new language. And I'm going to do Duolingo 5 days a week from 9 till 10 a.m. And I'm going to block that on my calendar. I'm going to put a reminder on my phone. And I'm not going to make appointments or bookings or calls or anything else during that time. That time is now learning a language commitment time. And yeah, life gets in the way and maybe you're going to miss the odd one or two, but commit to that time. Obviously put it in a time slot where you know that you're going to be available most of that time. Don't put it in a time slot where I will have to rearrange this and that. It's just not going to work. Find a free piece of time. If you've got kids or grandkids or family with you, maybe that happens when they're gone to bed. Maybe you can hop online and learn one of those online programs once the household settles down and you have some quiet time. Which also reminds me, it's not financial, but I forgot it in the mental. Find some quiet time. Find some time for yourself. There's a reason little kids have naps, right? They're good for you. So if you can't meditate, then go off into a corner by yourself. Just spend a half an hour, 20 minutes. Just give yourself a little bit of me time. Maybe it's locking the bathroom door and running a tub and just sitting there reading a book or doing absolutely nothing. But you've got to take care of yourself. Okay? You've got to take care of yourself physically, mentally, and financially. So on that note, I am pretty much done. If you enjoyed this, please leave a comment below. And if you are interested in learning more about what I do and how I am living a healthier life, a wealthier life, and a better life, then please shoot me off a message or an email or phone me and we can chat and I can certainly have a conversation with you about that. So this is my very first albeit late and I really apologize for that. I plan on figuring it all out by next week. So next week I will do another lunch with Linda and not sure what the topic is yet, but I'm sure I'll find something to talk about. So in the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and bye for now. Take care.